Mentees, are you ready for contingency plans upon contingency plans upon contingency plans? Maybe there are only two. Are you ready for Zdarsky to Tower of Babel your ass? Then you should definitely check out this book right here. Welcome back, Mentees, to Near Mint Condition, a channel where you could be part of a positive, honest community and lay claim to some comic book knowledge. I'm your host, the Astonishing Melanie, and today I'd love to do an overview of Batman Failsafe by Zdarsky, Jimenez, and Mori. So stay tuned. Before we get started, I want to let you know that I'll talk about issue 1, and then I'll give a warning about spoilers for the 2nd through 6th issue and give you a timestamp so that you can skip to the end to see some of the variant covers and just an overview of the side stories that are included as well. This hardcover, not oversized, just hardcover book, retails for $24.99, and it is 224 pages, collecting Batman issues 125 through 130, where Zdarsky starts writing. So it's 6 issues. It's its own little story arc that, of course, ends on a cliffhanger to make you read the next story arc. However, this is, self-contained, and it's the start of Zdarsky's run, so maybe even more self-contained. So my past, younger, naive self at our previous house tried a couple of times to have a camera mounted above so that as I flipped through, I could just use that footage and of the book and it would match up for what I'm saying. Well, that sucked balls, and I'm not doing that anymore. Oh my gosh, it was so difficult. Here we go. Issue 1 with the lovely cover art by Jimenez, which we'll see more than once for the covers. Okay, Alfred's like, what's that beeping red light? Okay, I'm gonna continue cleaning the Batcave, which we'll see at the end of the issue is all dusty because he's not there. And then we flip the page to Zdarsky reminding us of how Bruce's Wayne is like a computer and he can make himself dream if he's trying to figure out something. Otherwise, he shuts that part of his brain off. And then this gorgeous, gorgeous blessing to humanity of Jimenez's art. A reference to the fact that Bruce almost married Selena. He's giving her a call. He's like, oh, I miss you. Tear, tear. But then he's gonna go try to help his friend who's in a hostage situation. Somebody is killing billionaires and ends up being the Penguin. Penguin's like, you rich people are looking down your noses at me, so I'm gonna kill you. Like you do. We've got Bruce looking all kinds of good in his gala / Batman suit. His baby blues peeping out at us, which I kind of have mixed feelings on. You know, of course I like the just white, but it's cool for a change. I want his eyes to be brown. A fight ensues with Clayface at the gala, something. The party, the rich people party. Robin gets shot. By the way, I like Tim Drake as Robin. Bruce is having flashbacks of Jason Todd dying. So he's like, you're not gonna die today. And Robin's like, oh, but you can't sacrifice the mission. That's a theme that'll come back of like the dichotomy of soldier / son that Robin plays. Finally, Batman visits the Penguin in the hospital, who seemingly takes a cyanide pill to kill himself and to frame him for his murder. He's like, this is the only way I can get at you. And it ends with Bruce being like, there's something missing. There's something in the back of my head and I can't retrieve it. It's an itch in the back of my brain. Oh my goodness, I am totally butchering idioms. Anywho, now, before moving into spoiler territory, I would like to mention Mori's colors, like throughout the book, they're really pretty, as in, and setting the atmosphere, and in terms of, there's a glow to the pictures. It definitely difference with the city and the color palette as opposed to like the Batcave, which, okay, that's pretty obvious, right? But it's almost like there's a glow focused on the characters that differentiates them from the background. That's what I got. Okay, stop here if you don't want a mini spoiler, like what's the point of this robot? The contingency plans upon contingency plans I was mentioning at the beginning. Batman's alter ego that he created in his psyche, buried in the back, is the one that created this contingency plan of this robot failsafe in case Batman did the unthinkable and murdered somebody, such as the Penguin. There you go. His contingency plan created another one. Whoa. Now, let's talk about the story of issues 2 through 6. A bit of Bruce's brooding in the first page about like he loves his family and they're also soldiers and he's so proud of them, yet he can't afford to dream, etc., etc. We're getting into more action, which, I mean, every issue is action-packed. I read this at work digitally. I definitely like a book better. But anywho, and I forgot I was at work reading it. It's fun. He's fighting Failsafe and he's like, oh snap, I'm about to die. I better get my car to drag my ass out of here. So he's out in the city so that the Bat family can help him out. Of course, Nightwing shows up in a very dramatic, cool manner, flipping off the bike after using the Batmobile as a ramp. And man, Failsafe calls him out. He says, exceptional humans with sticks and knives. You are nothing. Like, yeah, he's got sticks. What about it? Alright, so even though Bruce is like dying, he still has the energy to fling his cape very dramatically in terms of the posing of the cape instead of just letting it flop to the ground. Anyway, of course, the artist has to draw it that way. I'm just saying. Batman of Zur-En-Arr. Did I say that correctly? Yeah, I'll check myself. Yeah, wait. Zur-En-Arr shows up in purple and red and blood seeping from his teeth. And what is this all about? Hold up. In the next issue, Zdarsky's got to remind you about the Tower of Babel story from all those years ago in Justice League. And where Batman was like, what if the Justice League turned evil and he has to stop them? How would he defeat everybody? Well, it came back on him and his contingency plan made Tower of Babel move on him. Which he probably appreciates. I mean, if he really did kill the Penguin, then he want the robots to come after him? Batman of Zur-En-Arr is an alien Batman alien for his planet in the Silver Age. But here, it's his, like, subconscious alter ego that is stripped of Bruce Wayne and is solely Batman. And he can take him on. He's the one that created Failsafe. There's a cool part where Batman jumps down in his like trainer shoes with those laces up to the knees, which I like. And he is pissed that Failsafe's about to scratch up Alfred's portrait. Stay away from Alfred! Superman shows up with a really cool entrance. I never get tired of cool entrances. And it's really angry with a booming voice. And he's there to save his friend. But of course he gets stabbed with kryptonite. Bruce at this point is himself again. He's like, I gotta save my friend. He came to himself because he was like, Tim is not a soldier, he's my son. So he got back his compassion. Oh, which I just realized plays a part later. I mean, I didn't just realize. I mean, I remember. Oh, you'll see. Justice League is helping to fight. And of course, Nightwing is still fighting. And I just want to mention that in the next series, which I cannot recall the name of, but you know, after Failsafe, Jimenez draws a perfect butt for Nightwing. Oh my goodness. If it was in this book, I'd take a picture of it and splice it in this video Fight Club style. It's perfect. Bruce jumps in the ocean because he knows Aquaman's going to save him and heal him up in his magic tank. And Maury's colors on Aquaman's chest are so pretty. Failsafe contains the Bat family, and letting them hang upside down, I feel like all the blood would rush to their head within these 2 weeks and they would die. Just saying. And now that Batman's healed up, he takes the fight to the moon. Use some of the weapons in the Justice League weapon locker. And he gets a crack in, so there you go, good job. And he gets sucked out into space. Does that stop Batman? Yeah, this is the ridiculousness I was talking about. Alright, you ready? He finds an oxygen tank, finds a booster. He's like, okay, gotta calculate how many short bursts to get it at the right angle to enter the Earth's atmosphere. And good thing he's wearing his entering the Earth's atmosphere suit that can withstand the heat. And he wraps up his exposed face. And he's like, keep it together, steady. And then he lands in the Arctic, Antarctica, whatever, where Superman is. Which pole is he at? I'm pretty sure it's where Superman is because he's about to show up. He stands up and he's like, let's go. Awesome. Later on, he mentions, he's like, come on, you can do this. You fell from the moon. Now, this part, the second fight with Superman and Failsafe, what happens is definitely the type of thing I respect in authors. I think it's really clever when they come up with some kind of way, some kind of clever move in a fight. Like, I would never think of that, okay? So, Failsafe uses pressure. He hits a pressure point on Superman to make his eyeballs shoot laser beams and he can't control it. And I just would never think of that. So, yay. Thumbs up, Zdarsky. Oh, and then the feels. That Batman's like, okay, we're gonna infect the robot with compassion virus. And, like I said, I know it sounds ridiculous when I say it out loud, but when you're reading it, it flows, it goes, and you're into it. He needs Robin's help, right? He can't do this without Robin, which makes total sense because he was designed to defeat him, Batman. But regardless, he says, the old moves come back. Dick always went off book. Jason hated practicing them, but Tim, he loved it. The teamwork. We had each other's backs. I got goosebumps. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, man. But then, even though they got the virus in that robot, he still shoots him in the face. And Tim is a little up. He's like, you're supposed to show compassion. He was like, the robot's like, I did. Bye, deuces. And you flip the page, and the last page is Bruce on the pavement somewhere hurt. The end, question mark? The little mini stories that were at the end of each issue are collected in the back with the variant covers as well. That Two Birds, One Throne is a little mini story with multiple parts about Catwoman trying to do good and help out in the vacuum of power left when the Penguin died. But also, she's hired. She's making money. She cares about people not dying. And then the other story is telling how Batman created the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh as his backup, like, personality thing stuck in his head to call upon whenever he needs him. But, and this is really cool, I like what Zdarsky does. He's got memories of Bruce's memories. He's remembering how when he saw Zorro with his parents before they were shot, that he's like, oh, Zorro's really cool. And his dad's like, well, if he were real, he would be in Arkham for being crazy, running around with a mask and fighting crime. And Zorro and Arkham, some of those letters, you can fiddle around with them. Zur-En-Arrh. Pretty cool. Oh, and the story is called I Am a Gun, which is definitely a loaded title. Ha ha ha. Didn't mean that pun. Because of how Batman feels about guns. If you're interested in purchasing this hardcover, please check out our sponsor. If you're in Europe and you're interested in buying these books, definitely check out Walt's Comic Shop in Berlin, Germany. They have the cheapest pre-order prices, flat shipping rate of €12 for all EU countries, emails answered within 24 hours, waltscomicshop.com, and you can use the code nearmintcondition at checkout and get free shipping for all EU countries with your first order over €40. That's Walt's Comic Shop, your reliable source for omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. Ding!
CheapGraphicNovels.com, your online home for graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off cover price. They have excellent shipping and prompt and helpful service. Check out their bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. And don't forget that CGN also takes pre-orders. That way you don't miss out on the hottest releases. And they are currently running a special promotion for you Minties. If you're a first-time customer, after receiving your order confirmation email, reply back to that email and let them know Near Mint Condition sent you their way. They will then apply a free shipping promotional credit to your next order in the US. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discount, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more.
And that was a look at the bill, page count, just overall story of Batman issues 125 through 130 collected in Failsafe Let us know in the comments what you think about Zdarsky's direction that he's taken the Batman stories. Check out our Patreon to see if any of the tiers meet your geeky needs, such as the $5 Patreon tier that gives you access to a positive Discord community, amongst other things. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoy the book, and as always, stay minty!